Kings and kingdoms bow down. Son of God, you are the one. You are the one. You are the light that leads us. You are the light that leads us. Like the fire burning. Son of God, you are the one. You are the one we're living for. Sing, 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 and make music with the heavens. We will sing, sing, sing. Grateful that you hear us when we shout your praise. Lift high the name of Jesus. What's not to love about you? Heaven and earth adore you. Kings and kingdoms bow down. Son of God, you are the one. You are the one we're living for. Sing, 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 and make music with the heavens. We will sing, sing, sing. Grateful that you hear us when we shout your praise. Lift high the name of Jesus. Sing, 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 and make music with the heavens. Sing, sing, sing. Grateful that you hear us. We shout your praise. Lift high the name. Sing, 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 and make music with the heavens. We will sing, sing, sing. Grateful that you hear us. We shout your praise. Lift high the name of Jesus. Water you turn into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
the giants keep coming. Because it's about like the giants we face in our lives, like our troubles and stuff. Okay, I started off in 1 Samuel, and it says, "Then David said to the Philistine, Thou comest to me with a sword, and with a spear, and with a shield. But I come to thee in the name of the Lord, with the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand. We have read or heard this story at least 1,000 times. The story of a young shepherd boy named David and the huge problem in Goliath. This same David that became the king of Israel, the same David that was a man after God's own heart, the same David that said, The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. No matter how many times I read this story, I see nothing new. I see something new. Not nothing. Every day of our lives, we run into our own giants. These giants come up in different sizes and in different types. I should say shapes. Sounds better. These problems always seem to show up uninvited. I mean, I've never invited one of other people. And let me just say, you don't have to be 18 to experience the problems of life. You don't have to be 21 and quote legal to have giants in this life. Amen. We make the mistake thinking that us young folks don't have problems. Young people have problems that many older folks have never had to deal with. There used to be a time when crack was a hole in the wall and Coke was a soft drink. Yeah. In fact, it seems like problems get worse and worse. That's why we need to spend more time encouraging, it says we need to spend more time encouraging our youth, but since I'm a youth, it sounds better. Everyone needs to spend more time encouraging us youth.
Or each other.
Instead of getting on our case every time. But that's not you guys. You guys are lovely people. Every time we turn around, we battle giants. Giants at school, giants at home. We even battle giants in our churches. Yeah. Bro and sis, all around us are giants. I heard a songwriter sing, if it ain't one thing, it's another. The giants keep on coming. First Samuel 17. I want to call your attention to this chapter, and I urge you to read the entire chapter. However, because of the limitation of time, however, I have to limit it because of the limitation of time. Okay. Then David said to the Philistine, Thou hast come to... I already read that. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand. We read or heard this story at least 1,000 times. The story of a young shepherd boy. Okay, I think I just typed the same thing twice. Scroll down. There we are. When we look at this shepherd boy, the odds look like they were stacked up against David. Things did not look good. In fact, the situation looked mighty bad. If we were honest tonight, we feel like that sometimes. Sometimes we feel like we just can't win. We just keep losing. This giant was almost 10 feet tall. Then, on top of this giant, didn't have a problem letting everyone know how bad he was. On top of that, this giant didn't have a problem letting everyone know how bad he was. He was a jerk. Our problem always is bigger when you let the problem convince you of how bad it is. 40 days and nights, Goliath let folks know how bad he was. He let the people of Israel know that I am Goliath. If I don't know, you better ask. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. I've never been beat before. I have crushed armies with my single hand. The Israelites' army was defeated before the battle was even fought. So we like to scare tactic, like bullies do. A lot of times we do the same thing. We let our giants in our life whoop us. before the battle even starts. A lot of us young people, and not so young, have allowed our giants to defeat us. We have allowed the giants of sex, the giants of drugs, and the giants of marijuana. Whatever your giant is, your giant has convinced you that you ain't got no power. Young people, we need to realize that greater is He that is in me than He is in the world. I know the odds don't look good for us. We don't have to look long, and we don't have to look long, and we don't have to look hard. But the odds are against us. Drugs on the corner, guns in the school, police brutality. There's still even racial discrimination in some parts of the country. Yeah, the odds are against us, but we got Jesus.
Yeah.
The odds are against all of us. The world says that 1 out of 5 of us will be dead before we graduate high school. If we graduate high school. The world says 1 out of 5 people will be referring to some man as just your baby daddy before graduating high school. If you graduate high school, the giants keep on coming. We can learn a lesson from David. David didn't give up when giants came in his life. David proposed in his mind that I will bless the Lord at all times in His praise. David remembered that God was faithful in his past. Young brothers and sisters, David had hope in a hopeless situation. In verse 37, David said, God delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear. Goliath is just like any other animal that I have faced in the past. God delivered me from the giants of my past. I know who delivered me from the giants in my future. By the way, when I said delivered, I spelled it with a U. Delivered. And I almost read it that way. Whether we know it or not, we have a past that is filled with God's faithfulness, God's mercy, and God's goodness. Battling giants ain't nothing new to us. We survived one of the worst forms of slavery known to mankind. We are still surviving, well, I don't know what I wrote there. Skip. Then David said to Philistine, thou comest to me. I've read this like 6 times. I wrote this a lot. Apparently I thought this verse was very important. Then David said to the Philistine, thou hast come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day the Lord will deliver thee into mine hand. And I wanted you to think about that while I was reading this. Okay, I got this off the internet. This part right here, so it might not make any sense. But I remember when I was in 5th grade, we had a bully named Marlo. Marlo was real big because this wasn't his first time in 5th grade. For 1 week, Marlo had chased me home. Finally on Friday, Marlo had caught me and I thought it was over. I looked up and what did I see? I saw my big brother coming around the corner, and all of a sudden I was a little bit stronger, and all of a sudden Marlo was not that big and bad. Bethlehem, we got a big brother, and his name is Jesus. 2,000 years ago, on a hill 1/2 of a mile outside of Jerusalem, Jesus battled a giant named Satan. Satan thought he had Jesus where he wanted him. I'm so glad that Jesus said, if I be lifted up from the earth. They put my Jesus in a borrowed tomb. He laid there all night on Friday and all day on Saturday. They didn't realize that he was a rock and weary land, stone throughout the mountain, rock of ages. O death, where is thy sting, O grave? If I can read my title clear.
Come on.